Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode corporate filings so you don't have to. Today we're diving into a Form 8K from Mullen Automotive, a company that seems to be splitting hairs, or rather, stocks. Let's see if this reverse stock split is a sign of a brighter future or just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Mullen Automotive filed this report because they've just done something pretty significant, a reverse stock split. In simple terms, they took a bunch of existing shares and combined them into fewer shares. The actual date this event happened was April 10, 2025. So what exactly is a reverse stock split? And why do companies do it? Think of it like trading in a bunch of small bills for a few large ones. The total value should be the same, but the number of pieces changes. Companies often do this to boost their stock price, especially if it's fallen too low to meet exchange listing requirements or attract investors. A too low stock price can be perceived as a sign of poor company performance. Mullen did a 1-for-100 reverse stock split. This means every 100 shares you used to own became one share. The shareholders approved this at a meeting back in March, giving the board the power to decide on a ratio between 1-for-2 and 1-for-10.25. After the split, the number of Mullen's outstanding shares went way down from about 238.7 million to only about 2.4 million. The report makes sure to mention that even though the number of shares changed, the overall ownership and voting power of each shareholder remains the same. Also, the value 0.01 per share hasn't changed. The stock is still trading on the Nasdaq under the symbol Mullen, but it has a new ID number, also known as a CUSIT number. It is something like a social security number for stocks. The report also talks about how this split affects other securities like warrants and preferred stock, which can be converted into common stock. The conversion or exercise prices for these securities will be adjusted so that the total amount you pay to convert or exercise them stays about the same. So if you had, let's say, warrants that allowed you to buy 100 shares at $1 each, now you can buy one share for $100. According to the filing, any shares available for issuance under the company's 2022 equity incentive plan as amended are not subject to adjustment. Also, there are currently no outstanding stock options. Since you can't really own parts of shares, the company will round up any fractional shares to the next whole share. So if you ended up with 0.7 of a share, you'll get a whole share. The company's transfer agent, Continental Stock Transfer and Trust Company, is handling the exchange of shares. If you hold your shares electronically, you don't need to do anything. Your brokerage will automatically adjust your holdings. Mullen issued a press release about the reverse stock split on April 9, 2025, which is attached to this report. This is to make sure everyone has the same information at the same time, also known as fair disclosure. The company also mentions that this filing will update some previous registration statements they've made with the SEC. These statements cover the potential sale of more shares in the future. Now let's step back and look at what this reverse stock split really means for Mullen Automotive. On one hand, it could help them maintain their listing on the Nasdaq and attract new investors. On the other hand, it could also be a sign that the company is struggling and needs to artificially inflate its stock price. The big question is, can Mullen turn things around and deliver on its promises? Ultimately, this reverse stock split is just one piece of the puzzle. Whether it's a smart move or a desperate gamble remains to be seen. Investors should take a close look at the company's financials, its progress in bringing its vehicles to market, and the overall demand for electric vehicles before making any decisions. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more corporate decoder videos. Let me know in the comments what company filing you'd like to see decoded next.